Chapter 14, 91, Pitiful Young Man. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Ying Wu Shi, He Lu Lan, White Rabbit, and Fairy Miao Yin came out of Fang Yuan's sovereign immortal aperture. Next, I will personally explore the dream realm. Fang Yuan turned around and said to Tang Fang Ming. Tang Fang Ming's heart shook, but he soon understood Fang Yuan's words. He smiled bitterly. Fairies, please come with me. This immortal goo formation that concealed Thieving Heaven's dream realm was controlled by Tang Fang Ming. But now Tang Fang Ming was giving up a portion of the control to Shadow Sex Immortals, so that they could control it along with him. This was part of the content of Fang Yuan's and Tang Clan's alliance agreement. When Fang Yuan explores the dream realm, his soul would leave his body and enter the dream realm. His body would be left unguarded. That was quite a dangerous situation. Thus, Fang Yuan brought out Shadow Sex Goo Immortals. They were in charge of protecting him. This immortal goo formation could not be left under the control of outsiders. Thus, Shadow Sex Goo Immortals had to take part of the control of this formation. This way, be it Shadow Sect or Tang Clan, they could restrict each other. Neither could do anything vicious to Fang Yuan's body. Fang Yuan always did things with utmost caution. After the formation was half controlled by Shadow Sect, he went out of his body and entered Thieving Heaven's dream realm. Tang Fang Ming did not blink. He watched in concentration. This is the truly important method. His breathing became rough. His mind was filled with thoughts of learning. But what crucial technique could he learn from just watching Fang Yin like this? Where am I? Fang Yin entered the dream as his vision changed. He found himself in a young male body. He was inside a tattered tent. The tent was very simple. It was merely a tattered tarp. Wind blew and the tent shook. A cold chill could be felt as Fang Yuan's vision shifted toward the hole in the tent. The tent was torn. Damn this guy, not only did he beat me, he even tore my tent. The young man that Fang Yuan was acting as gritted his teeth as he muttered to himself. Next, this young man lowered his head, inspecting his injuries. Fang Yuan's vision was turned again as he looked at his dirty and tattered clothes. He was really pitiful and poor. His chest was covered in blue-black wounds. The young man touched the injuries on his body. Waves of pain could be felt by Fang Yuan. To think that I, the great Ben Jason, would end up in this ridiculous world, growing up as a kid again, and being bullied by a bunch of youngsters. This is too much. This world is absurd. Humans actually control goo worms to gain mysterious powers. This is just like a nightmare. Sigh. If this was really a dream, why have I not woken up after more than a decade? Fang Yuan listened to the young man's words. His heart shook. He knew of many secrets. Thieving Heaven Demon Venerable was an otherworldly demon like him. He had transmigrated from another world. Thieving Heaven Demon Venerable's name is Ben Jason. That means that in this dream, I am acting as Thieving Heaven Demon Venerable himself. But he is still a mortal youngster now. He has not started his goo cultivation journey. Fang Yuan understood. At this moment, the young man muttered again. But thankfully, the tribe will open the sacred land tonight. Once I enter it, I will be able to awaken my aperture and start cultivating. I will gain goo master powers. Oh, I hope this power can allow me to escape this place and return to my homeland. The young Thieving Heaven said this as he felt pain. He gritted his teeth and stood up, moving towards his tent flap as he walked outside. Fang Yuan was like a will attached to this young Thieving Heaven. He could only watch, but could not manipulate his actions. This was a rare situation even for Fang Yuan. After trying all his methods and failing, Fang Yuan could only watch as an observer as the dream realm went on. Young Thieving Heaven went out of his tent. Immediately in Fang Yuan's vision, he saw a green oasis under the moon. It was nighttime. The round moon was high in the sky, its pure moonlight raining down on the entire oasis. This oasis was very small. There was a pond at the center, with many tents surrounding it. These tents were of varying sizes and colors. Most were gray and white. Some were yellow, gold, and purple. These tents with brighter colors were usually larger, signifying the higher status of their owners. Young Thieving Heaven looked at the area with admiration, before turning around to look at his own tent. His tent was tiny and ugly. It was covered in black soot. There were even holes in it. Cold wind blew in at night. The young Thieving Heaven frowned as arrogance flashed in his eyes. He snorted, "After tonight, I will not stay in such a horrible place anymore." Saying so, he walked toward the central tent. Along the way, many youngsters came out of their tents. They had stiff expressions. Nobody dared to say a word. Today was the most important day of their lives. It was the most sacred moment, according to Western Desert's customs. All of the youngsters had to be reverent and not speak unnecessarily. Whoever spoke too much or showed too much emotions, either joy or sadness, would cause the ritual to lose its elegance. They would be severely punished and even exiled by the clan. Once they were exiled, any mortal youngster would die without doubt. The severity of the punishment was evident. More and more youngsters gathered toward the center of the oasis. A crowd was forming. Along the way, young Thieving Heaven naturally met the youngsters who beat him. Fang Yuan turned to look. They were all tall and muscular. Their bodies were much larger than the surrounding youngsters. Their clothes were also evidently more expensive, showing that they had extraordinary background. These youngsters also saw young Thieving Heaven, even though they did not dare to speak. Their fierce and provocative gazes were clearly seen. Young Thieving Heaven snorted, feeling no fear. Both sides walked with fierce gazes until they arrived at the pond in the middle of the oasis. There were common reeds growing around the pond. These white reed were flowering, swaying along with the night winds, while moonlight poured down warmly. All of the wild hope goo were living in the reed. There were countless hope goo here based on the number of flickering lights. This made Fang Yuan remember the scene of his awakening ceremony back on Qingmao Mountain. Even though Western Desert's traditions were different from Southern borders, they were both using hope goo to awaken the aperture. The process was quite similar. One by one, the youngsters walked into the reed field as wild hope goo flew around in shock. Their apertures awakened one by one. They were worried, sad, happy, and depressed respectively. For most mortals, the aptitude of the aperture decided their life's achievements. But different from Southern borders' heated atmosphere, Western Desert had a solemn and quiet atmosphere during this ceremony. Even if one felt immense joy or sadness, they had to control themselves. Their expressions could distort, they could shed tears, but they could not make a sound. Soon it was young Thieving Heaven's turn. He could not wait. He went into the reed the moment permission was granted. But the aptitude that he had was only the worst D-grade. D-grade aptitude goo masters had only 20 to 30% primeval essence in their apertures. Most could become rank 1, but few could reach rank 2. Goo masters with such aptitudes had basically no potential or future. It was basically confirmed that goo masters with D-grade aptitudes would end up being at the bottom of the goo master hierarchy in their lives. How? How can I have D-grade aptitude? Young Thieving Heaven screamed immediately. Shut up! The goo master in charge of the event immediately captured Thieving Heaven and sealed his mouth. Young Thieving Heaven struggled intensely. The goo master snorted coldly and chopped with his palm. Young Thieving Heaven immediately fainted. Fang Yuan's field of vision also turned dark. He found that he could not do anything. Even Unravel Dream had no effect. The larger the dream realm, the more restrictive power it has. However, Unravel Dream had no effect likely because this dream realm that I am in is very special. Fang Yen estimated. He tried again, and upon seeing no effect, he had to helplessly wait for the next scene.